All right, all right, all right. Welcome to the Way to a Great Marriage cast. I'm Tony. This is LaRonda.
Hello.
And LaRonda has one of Omi's songs to sing or read. Omi is her mother. And so this is dedicated to her. Hi, Omi.
Hi. I'm growing in the grace and the knowledge of the Lord. I'm growing in the grace of the Lord. The more that I serve Him, the sweeter it grows. I'm growing in the grace of the Lord. I go to God in prayer. I always find Him there. And we talk about the things that I can do. Always take my word to those that's never heard. I love you and I will take care of you. Isn't that wonderful, y'all? Help the hurting ones. See, help the hurting ones that's taken by the way. Go help the weak who've gone so far astray. Tell them I love them and they'll never be alone. I'll carry all their burdens and give them a brand new home. Praise God. His grace is sufficient for all. Yes, for all. I'm leaning on His everlasting arms. I know that I'm weak, but He makes me strong. I'm growing in the grace of the Lord. What a beautiful song that God gave Mom. November the 3rd, 1998. There it is. Thank you, Mom, for
I see a
writing it.
little number in the corner.
129. Number 129.
Well, tonight we had an email come in from Exo Marriage today.
Okay.
It's promoting a book that they have, but I thought that I would read the about it and we could talk about it. It says the holiday seasons is fast approaching,
They are.
and while it's time, we've already celebrated Christmas this year, haven't we?
No.
Christmas
Not
in
yet.
July. You
Christmas
didn't celebrate
in July.
Christmas in July.
But we did look at stuff.
Oh, you missed it. Okay.
No,
I'm
I
sorry.
watched a couple of Christmas shows on the YouTube.
And so the holiday season is fast approaching, and while it's time for celebration, it can also bring unique challenges, especially when it comes to relationships with in laws and extended family.
Yeah.
And so we've all been there. Tensions can rise, and what should be a joyful time can sometimes feel stressful.
Yeah.
At XO Marriage, we want to help you and your spouse during this season, not just to survive. Here are just a few scenarios you may encounter and how this resource can offer guidance. The over-involved parent.
Okay.
Learn how to set gentle but firm boundaries so you and your spouse can protect your marriage while still honoring the family relationship. And so, it talks about in the marriage that we are to leave and cleave.
That's right.
Leave
and cleave.
your family of origin and cleave to your spouse. And so,
Please. Please. Oh, shoot.
leave and cleave.
Leave and cleave. We are goobers, for sure.
And so, but a lot of people have trouble with that, especially
Yeah.
sometimes mother-in-laws. um, you know, I've talked about in the past mother-in-laws that would run me down to their mother, to their daughters, and that sort of thing. I'm sure
My mom would have loved you.
I'm sure that there are people on the other side that are that are the same way. Women have same problems with the family too. It's probably usually mothers though, isn't it?
Yeah. Over their daughters.
Well, or their sons.
Or their sons.
They can become. I mean, I know Dad. Mom said that Dad and his mom we're close, and
Yeah.
he goes see her every day. He stopped by.
Oh yeah. Did
See
you?
her
Was she
after
close?
that.
Was Mom
And-
Ball close to?
And
The
and so
grandma?
she encouraged me to kind of break off things with Dad at one point. I separated the business because he was too enmeshed with me.
Oh. He just wanted to help you.
Yeah, I
Your
know.
dad just
And
wanted
then
to
he
help
said,
you.
"I know I don't have an interest in them, but I want to work on them."
Yeah,
So he
exactly.
still came and worked on my property.
He did. He sure did.
But the different family tradition, explore ways to approach those differences with an open heart, offering ways to blend traditions while avoiding conflicts. So people do have different traditions.
Yeah.
Like some families celebrate on Christmas Eve,
Yes.
and then some families celebrate,
Christmas Day.
Christmas Day or supper. I mean, Mom always had all of her family in for supper. And so it was like it's
Christmas supper.
Yeah, like at 6 p.m. on
Yeah.
Christmas was when.
It's like you guys
when
already
we
opened your
we
gifts
we
and
celebrate.
yeah, and all
Oh,
that.
okay. Yeah.
Yeah. So she brought you in after she brought them in after you all had your Christmas morning. Did y'all open gifts Christmas morning or Christmas night?
I guess Christmas morning.
Yeah. We did.
Whenever the kids get up.
We did stockings first. Did you guys? We love stockings.
I don't know.
Christmas stockings first.
I don't remember which.
That's how my
I think
family-
they were an afterthought.
Yeah, we loved Christmas
But we always
stockings.
had somebody play Santa Claus and
Yeah.
pass them out, and I always made them the kids open them up one at a time.
Yes,
Because
us
if
too.
everybody opens them up at the
It's
same
no
time,
fun.
you don't get to see what people got.
You don't get to see them go. Oh, it's so.
All right, some people pass them all out and then open them up simultaneously.
Yeah, yeah.
But you
No,
go,
our family opened one at a
you
time,
go around and open one at a time.
and we started from youngest to oldest. That's how we did
Oh, okay.
in my family.
No, we either went to the left or right of Santa Claus.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how we did it. But anyway, I'm sure there's other traditions, and you
Sure.
probably could learn. Somebody celebrates Hanukkah,
Yeah.
or those
Yeah.
kind of things. I'm sure there's in each of the feasts there is things to learn about Jesus, and so
I love that. I love the
you might-
feasts.
you might learn something in
Yeah.
in a Hanukkah celebration.
Yep.
Unsolicited advice. Get practical tips for responding to advice in a way that preserves peace and maintains respect without compromising your marriage. And so that's another one. Unsolicited advice.
That's a good
Kind
one.
of like unsolicited prophecy.
Yeah.
The Lord told me.
Yes, to tell you. Well, not every day he don't tell you to tell me. Maybe once in a lifetime.
Well,
Yeah.
still, unsolicited prophecy.
Yeah. I never had seen Mark do to anyone like he did to you that one day up on stage.
Oh, really?
No. Mm-mm. He never did do that. Did you ever see him do it? No.
No, I guess not.
Mm-mm. No, it was like he was just drawn to you that day. I thought that was pretty neat.
Well, I figured that would be a short one, so
Yeah.
let's see what else there might be here.
Excuse me.
It seems like I think I looked at this one before.
What's it called? And I'll tell you. Have we done it?
No.
Oh, let me tell y'all. You know what people love about mine and Tony's Way to a Great Marriage cast is we're transparent and we're silly, and this is what they tell me, and we don't mind if we make a mistake or if we search for something, because we're all human, guys. We all, everything doesn't have to be perfect. Just remember that when you're doing stuff, it doesn't have to be perfect. So we always try to find things that's interesting for you all, and that would help you out in life as a person and in life as married people.
Well, this one's about parenting, but it's not. I didn't see the word marriage in it, so I don't know why
okay.
it just pulled up. But
That's more like parenting tips, isn't it?
Right. So we've been down here. We might as well do the third one on the EXO marriage. I told you on August the 22nd, their email had three different articles.
Oh yeah.
How to heal from prior relationships. So we probably could talk about that one.
Okay. I think.
Okay.
I know how what happened with me.
50% of all families are blended families, a marriage where one or both spouses bring children from a previous marriage or relationship. Blended families can be incredible. I know many successful marriages that began this way. After all, there are a lot of great blended families in the Bible. Even Jesus came from a blended family, but they also included particular dynamics that are present uh, from from day one. These can be very challenging. One of the most significant issues is unresolved feelings toward a past partner. Blended families begin after a past relationship has ended.
Yeah.
I could have, uh, it could have been a marriage, a sexual relationship with a boyfriend or girlfriend, or a live in lover. Regardless of the relationship, breakups are never easy. Sex creates a powerful bond between two people. Our society trivializes sex, but the Bible tells us there is a joining of souls when a couple becomes one flesh. Sex connects two people in a deep, powerful way. When you serve, sever that relationship, it's never a clean break. A part of that person comes with you.
True.
Studies tells us that 50% of married people who get divorced still harbor feelings for their spouse 10 years later. So I guess one of the two.
I don't know. That's not my
There's
case. So I
usually
don't know.
one of the people who've been broke up um, uh, didn't want to break up, and so they keep the feelings and emotions for forever. I guess. Think about that. A full decade after a relationship ends, half the people still experience powerful feelings toward their ex. Sometimes those feelings are good, sometimes they are bad. Either way, either can be problematic to a new marriage in a blended family. Sometimes we look back on relationships and idealize the good things.
That's true.
For instance, a new relationship may be going well, but the first time we encounter a difficulty, we start remembering the good partners of our past relationship. We long for the way it was. The devil torments us by reminding us of the high points in our past. That's because he does not want us to remember the reason the relationship ended. In these cases, we have to deal with these feelings. We need to thank God for the good memories and then move on rather than long for them. We have to let them go. You know, and that as I'm reading this, I'm thinking is that they lots of times they didn't mourn the past relationship, that loss completely before they got involved in another relationship. But
Yeah.
part of the way that you mourn, I've been taught, is by remembering the good parts about a relationship.
But then it doesn't
and
give
then-
you unrealistic
and then it
things.
helps you heal. Well, the last part here is
Mm-hmm.
it says you need to thank God for the good memories and move on rather than longing for them. You don't long for them, but you remember the good memories. And that's the reason divorce and breakups are even more devastating and harder to repair, is because you can't grieve them, because we don't want to remember those relationships at all. but I learned that you have to actually remember the good things so that you can heal and move on, and not
Well, someone out there that's getting divorced, and I've got a friend that's getting divorced. When you think about your past relationships and you think about the good, and I understand that healing, but doesn't it make you long for the good that you had with each and every one of those people?
Well, no, there's a difference between longing and just thinking about the good.
That was fine, or whatever.
Or what you did for God in those times. It said, "Thank God for the good times." So the things that you were able to do together, that were good, for God, and those kind of.
Did you have things like that happen? Good for God with some of the people?
You didn't?
No, I did. No, I was just wondering about you. I did a few things, but they didn't. They told me I needed to be married to a preacher.
Right.
So, and I thought that you had that same thing happen with you.
Oh, I did.
You went to church too much for them.
But you can think about the good things without longing for it to go back to that person.
Well, that's what I was wondering, because
they're memories. They're part of,
you'll never
that's
forget
what
them.
we talked about. They're part of our life.
They are.
They're part of who we are.
Because somebody said, "Well, don't talk about your past spouses."
They have accumulated to your decision-making process today.
Yeah.
Like I said on the last Wakecast, my no's are a little strong because of my past.
And sometimes it makes it hard on someone else because of your past.
Right.
That's I'm watching this one person that I know very well go through all this.
Right.
And then I went through it, but mine's been 14 years ago, and
But from what I understand, she's kind of doing that. She's thinking about the good things and that sort of thing, even though it's breaking her heart. But you've got to go through that grief process.
She misses it. She misses it.
The total impact of grief is that you are denial, anger, depression,
right.
Bargaining, and
mine was horrendous,
and then acceptance, and really you probably shouldn't move on until you've went through all those stages and fully utilized all those phases.
Do you think people wait though?
No, most
of the time not.
That's the
because they don't want to be lonesome.
In a lot of cases.
Well, I just was thinking about her, and
But I feel like I was kind of working on myself, like I said, whenever I was with thee. Because it was ending. You're in a situation. After the first 15 minutes, the love bomb. After the love bomb, you know where it's headed from that point on.
You do.
So you spend the other 4 or 5 years working on yourself.
Yeah, that happened with me.
And so you are
my second time
so
around.
hopefully you're prepared. And you're over the relationship. Like I said, the last one. I said, well, that's probably the best thing for both of that's probably the best thing for both of us.
But it still breaks your heart. I don't care if you say that or not.
Right. Well, yeah.
But now my second one did not break my heart.
And kind of gotten over that by then.
Yeah, me too.
True.
Me too.
The other times we may look back on past relationships and feel bitterness and anger. Maybe we were hurt deeply by that breakup, or maybe the devil is perverting or poisoning our memories. Regardless of what happened, many people enter a new relationship burdened with anger about the old relationships. And I would say that, a lot of women are embittered by the first relationships. You didn't allow that to happen to you, but most women that had a first marriage where they were constantly cheated on, they would be bitter and angry toward men in general and think that all men are cheats.
But my dad was a good man.
Wouldn't be able to trust men. Well, true.
My dad was a really good man. It
probably helps whenever that they come from a broken home where that the mom, tore down the dad the whole time.
Right.
In the family of origin, so that can
Well, my God told me.
that bring on,
I
on
mean,
the bitterness. That's why that lots of times, well, you probably did the same thing. Is you tend to want to go. We tend to want to go back to our family origin for healing.
Yes.
During that period of time, your dad helped you probably through these.
But let me tell you, the most thing that helped me is after I was married 37 years, my first go around, and you know that's your whole adult life. You know, the best, what we think the best part of our adult lives is, but I think mine and your life is going to be our best parts. But the older second half of our life. But God spoke to me, you all, and He said, if you have unforgiveness in your heart for your ex-husband and the person he decided to be with, then you cannot, LaRonda, you cannot commune with me. And all that hit me like a ton of bricks, and I knew it was God speaking to my spirit because I don't use the word commune. I never do. Never use the word commune. So for him to say that to me in my spirit, I said, well,
no more communion for you.
No more communion with God for me. And I was like, no, no, no. So I went to each one of those people and I said, I forgive you. You know, you might have took away my family unit that I loved for all these years, but I'm sure not going to let you take God away from me. You know, if God tells me, Lauren, I can't talk to you if you have unforgiveness, I'm not going to do it.
Well, I had to learn that I had to turn them over to God, let go, and let God. And if I tried to seek vengeance or hold bitterness or anger, then it's not going to have any effect on them.
None.
Like it would what God's going to do to that person.
So I mean, that was my story. I just wanted y'all to know that's how that the Lord did me personally.
They focus on the bad things. When this happens, the new spouse bears the brunt of the pain.
That's true.
This happened early in my marriage. I had emotional scars from my past and an angry, arrogant disposition. Karen got the worst of it. Oh,
Poor Karen.
That's him. I thought this was Karen talking.
No, it's him talking.
Karen was a Karen. I thought
Karen was a Karen.
No,
that's
Karen,
really her.
Karen wasn't a Karen. Dave was a Karen.
Yeah,
I think that's
exactly.
his name. I don't know. Unforgiveness is an invisible in biblical cord that connects us to our past, and it was feeding my bitterness. There we go, bitterness.
Yeah.
I had to sever it for the sake of my marriage. Well, they say that it's like, unforgiveness is like drinking poison, hoping the other person will die.
Yes.
But it's really killing you, and that's the reason that most of us have. That's the reason a lot of these healings are successful, because they're psychosomatic illnesses where hypertension, there's arthritis, there's depression, anxiety. All these things are brought on by your bitterness and your anger. You're just killing yourself from within. Your
high blood pressure.
Running.
Yeah, high blood pressure.
I thought I said
hypertension.
But I guess they're two different things. But I had to learn to take captive the painful thoughts from my past, and so that almost sounds like battlefield of the mind. Is diminishing your thoughts, learning to control your thinking and what you think about. So start listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Or
women have a hard time slowing their minds down.
Right.
That's the reason they have a hard time going to sleep.
Well, that's why I talk about the 4 P's, but it's not actually 4 P's.
Yeah.
Prayer. If your mind's racing, you can't stop thinking about something. You start praying. If that doesn't work, start listening to praise and worship music.
Right.
If that doesn't work, listen to preaching of the word. If that doesn't work, then fellowship with another Christian. Phone a friend.
Yeah.
That's why you have sponsors and accountability partners in Celebrate Recovery.
Yeah.
That's your phone a friend. Then you have reading the Bible I've added, I'm up to like 15 things now. You're reading the Bibles. You can read good Christian books like Battlefield of the Mind, or the Love is a Choice, Boundaries.
Yeah.
I've read, through these periods of time, all,
The eggshell
all
one.
walking on
Walking on eggshells.
hind feet for high places, Spice Mountain.
I've not read that one.
They're fictional books,
Yeah.
but they have a good purpose. What it is anger and bitterness is his companions. I think that's his two companions, and as they go along, they turn into joy and peace.
Oh, I love that. I want to read that one.
And it talks about the pouring out of like the waterfall pouring out of the blood of Jesus, and changing our lives.
I've never heard that one, babe. I've never heard.
Talk
about that one.
The nice thing was I would meet these women, and people had obviously given them books to try to help them over the years. And so whenever I was going through this 5-year period, I would say, I would see the book on the shelf, and I'd be like, huh. And so I go over there and pull off that book and start reading it while while I was having dealing with all of these racing thoughts. And I learned a lot through that sort of thing. And
Yeah, I've not heard that one though. That one, I love the shack. Right. It's that was a hard first 2 chapters where the little girl gets killed. That was hard, but the rest of it, wow, just kind of made you fall in love with Jesus and the Holy Ghost and the Holy Spirit, Jesus and God. They were all there.
And it's not a Christian book. The last divorce attorney recommended choice theory. And I read that. I need to get it from Mom and Dad's. I think it's in the bedroom, and we could actually go over it. I have. We read some of the excerpts.
Well, would it go along with
Love is a Choice?
Love is a Choice.
Talking about how that these psychosomatic illnesses are choices.
Gotcha.
And so we have to kind of choose not to allow these psychosomatic illnesses to take over and destroy us. If we and kind of go on with the pain, and just accept. That's kind of what the counselors taught me with my car wreck and the pain. They would have me do this mindful thing. And basically it was you'd go through all the senses, and what you smell, what you taste, and whenever you come to what you feel, you just kind of accept the pain and go on. And so that's what you have to do. You hate to tell somebody that in a long roundabout way. The end of the story is just accept the pain and go on.
And that's what Mom did, and she would always say. She would always say, I know God could heal me if he wanted to. I know he could. And hers was the fibro and, 3 rigs.
Yeah, I don't think he, there's no glory and honor in healing me, for God. It's just, he usually if you look at the healing moments in the Old Testament, it was to, and then it was just like 1 in the 10, like the lepers.
Yeah.
He heals 10 lepers, and 1 of them gets saved as a result.
One of them thanks him and gets saved.
The healing of the masses may have just been for 1.
Right.
And so, so that 1 would come to accept Christ. It was a way of. They didn't have the Bible back then. It was a way of demonstrating that they were, what they were saying was the truth.
Yeah.
And so. We kind of missed that. That's the reason I knew whenever we prayed for Nathan, it was right there next to the nurse's station. I could pray loud enough they could hear me, and they would see him being healed, and hopefully it
get the glory.
Some of those nurses, some hope and knowledge in God. And he was healed. So
he was healed.
So somebody must have been affected.
And God got the glory for it.
I had to learn to take captive the painful thoughts from my past. With God's help, I took steps toward forgiving those who had hurt me, and that's what Celebrate Recovery is all about. You know, we just
Yes.
did you know, what was it, 4 weeks ago? Forgiveness
Yes.
was the lesson.
Good
And Celebrate
lesson.
Recovery. It's a process, you know, and it's actually a 6 month long process that we go through in
Yeah.
building up to and forgiving these people. It's not just something that we you know expect you to forgive them overnight, and it's not something that can be easy if they have harmed you.
That's right.
In a blended family, good and bad feelings from past relationships can be unhealthy. For your new marriage to thrive, you need to let old feelings go. Thank God for the good in your past. Ask Him to help you forgive the bad in your past and then determine to live in the present. You know, that was the sad thing. I didn't go through all the things that you can do, but really living in the present is, you know, that's one of the things that in the Serenity Prayer, you know, that really helped me was I wasn't living in the present. I was worried about the next moment.
Right.
You know, and a lot of people do that.
Not today, but tomorrow. You were worried
Well,
about.
a lot of people mess up in dating that way too. They're like, you know, you know, they'll start off the date. When are we going to see each other again?
Right.
I really like you. I want to
Right.
have another date. Instead of, you know, just enjoying the date and enjoying and soaking up the moment and everything
Right.
that's going on in the dating process, listening to the other person
Yeah.
and their friends around them telling you they're a narcissist. The red flags. You're like, can we have another date?
Yeah.
I love your narcissism.
I love it. I know you're going to hurt me, but
I've never met somebody who's so stuck on themselves and who is, you know, who really shouldn't be. But I want to understand this.
oh, that's too funny. I never felt that way, but honestly, I did not. I didn't feel that way about
you
anyone.
did?
No.
I had dated a few that was that way though.
Yeah. No.
You know, there was
never
a
felt that
time
way.
I dated this girl. She was 350 pounds and she was an ounce, and she was like she thought she was the most beautiful thing on the face of the earth.
Really?
Yes, and so that's I guess that was I figured out that was the attraction in
because she thought she was beautiful.
Because I wanted to understand this. How do you have this confidence? I saw it as confidence,
Yeah.
but really it was narcissism
Yeah.
also.
Yeah.
But you know,
there's a difference in the two.
but anyway,
Being confident.
so
That was some good stuff.
do you think so?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, they didn't think it was good stuff. There's no comments or questions.
No likes. Well, is it too late? What time is it? I don't even
Don't
know.
break your back patting or break your arm patting yourself on the back here.
Who said that? Who did that?
No, you.
Me? What was I patting myself for?
Oh, well, that was a good. That was a good.
No, I just enjoyed it. That's what I meant. I wasn't patting my own self. Actually, I was patting XO. I usually don't pat my own self much.
Yeah, those were good articles.
They really
you know,
were.
we talked about, if you go back, if you're just now with us, you know, what can we learn from arranged marriages? We did that one.
Oh, that was good.
Navigating relationships with narcissistic individuals in your blended family and how to heal from prior relationships were the three.
Those were all three good
articles that we went over from Exo Marriage. You know, and a lot of what I learned was from Jimmy Evans and Exo Marriage, and you know, I just that was one of the things I do. And I just, you know, that was one of the things I would just go on YouTube and watch them. And,
me too. What was that one that you bought the book and the CD for me and you, and we watched a few of those?
That was
what was that one?
That was Dave Warner. Dave, are you watching?
Dave.
Rick Warren.
Okay.
It was something about love.
Yeah, because Dad watched it with us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a.
We probably still got it around here somewhere.
We do.
Yeah.
Have it here. I have several. I used to do that. That was the first one I ordered. I felt like that would be the best way of contributing to his ministry was to order his is
CD.
well, they send you a DVD and a little couple of booklets,
Yeah.
Workbooks and that sort of thing. And,
It was good though. I remembered
for
it was
about
good, really good.
$40.
Yeah.
I started doing those, and then I stopped. Well, I had credit card issues.
Yeah.
I still haven't been able
Yes,
to order
I
the Celebrate
know.
Recovery stuff.
We need to order that.
Order our chips,
Mhm.
but I don't know why I was having credit card issues.
I don't know.
I don't think it liked the name on the credit card.
Probably, yeah, that's probably true. That's probably true.
Usually, whenever I have a company name and my name on a credit card,
It won't go through.
They don't fly.
No,
Like they should.
it does.
But anyway, with that said, we do want to encourage you to like, subscribe, so that you can see all of our content.
Bluetooth connected.
We want you to comment and ask questions. If your question is good enough, we will make it one of our waycasts, and then share. I do have Against All Odds that I'm encouraging everybody to share. I haven't noticed today. I think we're up to like 93 shares on
great.
Against All Odds. We've got 240 subscribers now.
Wow.
Yeah, we've almost 9 more subscribers, and we will have gotten 200 subscribers since we've been doing this.
Subscribe if you've not.
Besides the what was it, 10,000
10,000 views.
10,000
Yeah.
views. And so,
Thank you so much.
and so share Against All Odds. I think it's a great evangelistic tool. If you're probably thinking of somebody right now that doesn't know Jesus as their personal Savior, I encourage you to share that podcast with them and beg them to watch it. Watch it first, so you can see if you like it. But there's a lot of great things out there. Braden just posted a couple of things. One thing that was great, an apologetic on campus, and so, the girls asked him, "You have to be perfect to go to heaven." He said, "Yes."
Yeah. Is there any perfect people in heaven?
No.
I don't understand.
Yeah. Well, I'm just answering your questions. But
I'm not elaborating.
Here's how it happened. Grace.
Yeah, exactly.
And so,
Grace
there's
and mercy.
a lot of things that you can do to get out the word and evangelize. But that's one I feel like I'm very confident in that. I've seen a lot of people come to the Lord with that message, and so I want to encourage you to share it. Then hit the ding-a-ling.
Ding ding, ding ding, notification.
So that you can come on and harass us live the next time that we are live. And so, with that, we say.
Are you going to help me dance?
Good night until we meet again. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen till then.
And oh, it's always sweet sorrow to part.
You know you'll always remain in my heart. Good night, sleep tight, the life of best starts bright. Here's a wish and a prayer that all your dreams come true. And now till we meet again. Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen.
Good
night.
We love you.
And don't ever forget, you are truly loved.